Hey guys, welcome to Bookhaven, your passport to anywhere, a young adult book review podcast. Today I'm going to review the Fallen Star series by Jessica Sorensen. So, the Fallen Star series is comprised of 4 books, the first one being The Fallen Star. The second book is The Underworld. The third book in the series is The Vision. And the last book of the series is The Promise. All 4 of those are what comprise the Fallen Star series. So I will read the product description for the first book. It says, for 18-year-old Gemma, life has never been normal. Up until recently, she has been incapable of feeling emotion. And when she's around Alex, the gorgeous new guy at school, she can feel electricity that makes her skin buzz. Not to mention the monsters that haunt her nightmares have crossed over into real life. But with Alex seeming to hate her and secrets popping up everywhere, Gemma's life is turning into a chaotic mess. Things that shouldn't be real suddenly seem to exist. And as her world falls apart, figuring out the secrets of her past becomes a matter of life and death. Now, here's my review on the book. I actually recommend this book. It has a lot of twists and turns throughout the story. So it does follow the life of 18-year-old Gemma. Pretty much in the beginning of the book, she's a loner, doesn't really feel much, doesn't really have any type of feeling towards anything going on. And then all of a sudden, all these emotions start rushing back when she bumps into the new guy, Alex. And he shows up with his sister in one of her classes, and they kind of go through this love-hate relationship thing in the class. And it's actually pretty interesting at first. It seems like Aslan's kind of trying to be her friend, and Alex isn't, and then all of a sudden Alex is trying to be her friend, and Aslan's missing. Aslan, of course, is Alex's sister. And a new character comes in, Leyland, later on in the book, and he plays a very important part in Gemma's life as well. Basically, the whole book, for the first book, is going through Gemma kind of learning about herself, learning all these new feelings, and finding out that Stephen, who is Alex's and Aslan's father, is actually after her and has this big plan for her and her life, which throws them into numerous life and death situations. Now, the second book, which is called The Underworld, I will read you the product description for that. So, The Underworld is the sequel to The Fallen Star. Gemma thought her mind was gone, but she was wrong, and now she is left trying to figure out the truth to what Stephen is planning to do with her and the star before it's too late. But finding out the truth is hard, especially since Gemma doesn't know who she can trust. There may be only one person who Gemma can turn to for answers, but that means having to go to the one place no one wants to go, the underworld. Now, in this book, I like this book too. I like the first one better, but I like this one too. Gemma kind of finds out that her mom's still alive, but she has to rescue her from the underworld, and she goes through, different phases and trials to try to go to the underworld and try to learn more about her abilities to get her there. There's a few more characters that are introduced as well, and throughout the book they all kind of go through these struggles and life lessons learned in order to accomplish what they need to accomplish. Kind of ends where, kind of drops off where you're kind of going, well, what next? So I went and got the third book immediately because I wanted to keep reading it, obviously, and that's The Vision. That one, I'll go ahead and read the product description on that one. Gemma thought she was trapped, that Stephen had finally won. But then time resets and she's given another chance. The clock is ticking as Gemma tries to figure out how to change the vision that ends the world in ice. If she can, then maybe she can save the world from Stephen and give her and Alex a chance at a real future. But changing visions can be dangerous, and sometimes one small mistake can lead to a disastrous result. So in this book, you get to see more of what Gemma's abilities are and what they can do, and her and Alex kind of form this standoffish love. Kind of in the first book it was like a love-hate relationship. Now it's more of a more love relationship, but it's kind of a forbidden love. So it's really interesting. There's even more twists and turns and plot changes, and they're having to learn that there are consequences to every action. That is a life lesson we all have to learn, and it's kind of neat how she has to learn it in this story. Now, the last book, which is called The Promise, it's the fourth book in the Fallen series, and I'll go ahead and read the product description. It is, "My name is Gemma Lucas, and my life's a mess. Alex is gone, my dad's trapped in his own mind, and my mom's working for the dark side. Not to mention Nicholas refuses to quit haunting me. The world has also entered apocalyptic mode. Every day more vampires, witches, and fae run the streets. Innocent people are dying. The mark of maleficence is showing up everywhere, and I'm the only one who can stop it. The only problem is I have to die in order to do so, and I have to let Alex die, something I'm not sure I can do." So in this book, there's more life lessons, more twists and turns. She finds her father, she comes up with a plan, but then she learns that, again, there are consequences to every choice you make, and she doesn't know if she can actually make those decisions. So as the book goes, there's more plot changes. You think the world's going to end in ice, then you think it's going to end in fire, and then you think it's going to end in ice again. It really leaves you guessing until the end, and I won't ruin the end for you, so I won't tell you anymore from there. I definitely recommend the books. I feel like there's a lot of lessons to be learned in it. It's also just a really fun read. There's a tiny bit of profanity in there, just not enough to really affect the reading or anything, but just a little bit. I really hope you go out and buy this book, or buy this series I should say, and go ahead and read it and enjoy it. That's all for now. Thank you for listening. Remember to follow me via my website at www.booksbymelissastern.com, where you can find my books, you can donate, you can read my blog, find out upcoming podcasts. You can also find me on Facebook at Books by Melissa, and feel free to leave me a comment, post a message, anything like that. You can also send me recommendations or requests for any books that you would like to hear reviews from. I try to answer all messages and posts as soon as possible. So bye for now, and happy reading.